100 poles.
Show me the money.
100. He made his first pole at Canada in 2007. And that was his debut season. He scored a pole. He didn't just score one pole. He scored 6 in his debut season. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. 100 poles.
Oh, hello there.
That's a wrap. And I'm going to go back to my points that I said 1 week ago. Actually, not 1 week ago. I said it 2 weeks ago. Listen to me. I don't care if people are saying it's Lewis Hamilton. The reason why Mercedes is faster at the moment. Listen to me. The fastest car on the grid is the Mercedes.
Right, mate.
Simple. Listen. First race of the season. Bahrain. I'll give it to Red Bull. Not anymore. I knew at Imola. I know he busted up his wing. He busted up his floor. But when Hamilton had a damaged floor, he caught up with Max Verstappen. And it's because of the fault of his own, where he should have waited, it went into the gravel, and that was the race over. He got second, but he didn't win. But you could see today, the fastest car on the grid is the Mercedes.
Solid as a rock.
And 100 poles. 100 poles. That is amazing. That record is going to stand the test of time. I can't see anybody breaking that record in my lifetime. I can't see anyone breaking that record. And the thing about it, he's still in Formula 1. It's not like the guy's he's retired now and he's got his 100 poles and that's it. He's sailing off into the sunset. No. He's not sailing anywhere. He's sailing on... The only place Lewis Hamilton is sailing is for an 8th world title. An 8th world title. In my opinion. I don't care. People are going to say, oh yeah, but the season's too early. Listen to me, geeks. Very simple. If Lewis Hamilton wins this race tomorrow and he goes to Monaco and Mercedes are the favourite to win that one, the way their car's set up, if he wins Spain and he wins Monaco, the frustration is going to start kicking in into Max Verstappen and he will bottle it. He will flop. He'll start making mistakes. He'll start getting frustrated like he always does. He hasn't changed. Spoilers. Max Verstappen has not changed. He's still a whining little pussy that he was 3 years ago. He's still the same. You saw it last week when he came into when he couldn't get pole. You saw him crying a river of tears to his fitness trainer or his coach or his agent. I don't know who the fuck he was. But you saw him crying. Even Perez at one time looked like he was going to start cuddling Max Verstappen and say, listen Max, it's okay. We're only 2 races in. It's fine. He's still the same whining little pussy that he was 3 years ago. Still the same. Imagine what he's going to act like when if Lewis Hamilton wins here and in Monaco. Imagine what he's going to act. People are going to say, oh, Max Verstappen is closest rivalry. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm never going to say that. Bottas is still in it. See, the thing about Bottas, yeah, people can run the gums out about Bottas. People can say, look, he shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there. But he's reliable. Valtteri Bottas is reliable. He's up there. He's not first, not second, but he's third. He's up there. So he's there to support Lewis Hamilton. He's there to get the team another constructors, which in my opinion is still touch and go, but he's still there. Where's Perez? I know we are. Look, I know we are. This is the third racing. I get it. Third racing. I know. But Perez should be there next to Max. Now me, I've still got high hopes for Perez. I'm not going to start saying he's a flop. No, I'm not going to hear that from me. But if Red Bull want to win the constructors, Perez needs to be there. He needs to be there. Even when the car is not performing well, he needs to be there. Very simple. Very simple. I know he's going to come out in the press. He's going to talk to the No Mark Sky Sports commentators. I know. We have pulled the rest of 2.0 there today. Jensen Button, by the way. Pull the rest of 2.0. He'll probably come out in the press and say, look, the car's not performing well. Whatever. Even when the car's not performing well, you need to eke out that time and you need to be there. Charles Leclerc. Hats off to Charles Leclerc getting 4th place today.
Well
Maybe
done.
not going to keep 4th place. You never know what's going to happen in that first corner. Max Verstappen might fly off that first corner into the gravel. Out of the race. There you go. Charles Leclerc could get on the podium. You never know. Anything can happen in a race. But Charles Leclerc getting 4th place, that's what I'm talking about. Ferrari should not be in 4th place starting on the grid tomorrow, but he's there. This is what I'm talking about. Even when the car's not performing, you need to get your car there next to at least in the top 4. But Perez, at the moment, he's not doing it. Do I think Perez is going to do it eventually? Of course. Perez is one of the best drivers on the grid. And I believe he will find his speed and he will be there. What is it with Jensen Button?
You're a fucking idiot.
This geek. 100% geek. What is it? You had Simon Lazenbury saying, what an achievement by Lewis Hamilton, getting 100 poles. What an achievement by Lewis Hamilton. And what did he say? Yeah, but I'm surprised that Max wasn't there. I thought Max was going to get pole. Completely dismissed the 100 poles, the achievement from Lewis Hamilton. He just says, yeah, good, yeah. But Max Verstappen, I thought he was going to get pole. I thought after the Q2 he was going to get pole. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe there was something wrong with his car. No, what was wrong with it? There was nothing wrong with the car. It's the fact that Lewis Hamilton and the Mercedes are faster. They've got the faster package and they've got the faster driver.
Let's go, champ!
One guy said in my comment section on my last week on my video, he says, I don't think Mercedes got the fastest car. I think Lewis is just the fastest driver. No. Lewis is the fastest driver, yeah. And Mercedes have got the fastest car, in my opinion. Is that your opinion? I respect your opinion. Good for you. But in my opinion, Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton together, they got the fastest car. They got the fastest car and the fastest driver. Simple. Max Verstappen is not even on Lewis Hamilton's level.
No chance.
When Max Verstappen has won 2 or 3 world titles, then come and talk. Don't come to me and say that Max Verstappen is on Lewis Hamilton's level and he hasn't won a title yet. You got the car, now you're saying that you got the car. Let's see if he wins the title at the end of the season. What are you going to say now, geeks? What are you going to say at the end of the season when Max Verstappen doesn't win a title? What are you going to say? What's your excuses? Because you're saying that they got the fastest car now. Have they got the fastest car? No. I don't care what you say. You can whine all you want on Twitter. I don't give a crap. You can whine on Twitter as much as you want and say Max Verstappen this, Max Verstappen that. He's not even on Lewis Hamilton's level. Geeks. Back to Jensen Button. What's this guy's problem, man? What's this guy's problem? One-time world champion with a dodgy car, dodgy diffuser. 2009 Brawn. Half of the season, he was riding on a dodgy car, and when the FIA found out that he had a double diffuser, they took that out and did he win a race after that? Of course he didn't. Of course he didn't. They had Rubens Barrichello to come in and to be the sideman. He was there to hold up the pack and he can run away with the wins. It was halfway through the season when they found out they had a double diffuser in the Brawn. What happened to Jenson Button's pace? It went nowhere. Lewis Hamilton has got 100 poles in counting. He's going to win his 8th world title, in my opinion. He's on the verge of getting 100 race wins. Who are you to criticise anybody? You was the same guy that said that Lewis Hamilton shouldn't go to Mercedes. It was a mistake. What now, geek? What now, geek? I bet you're eating your words now, ain't you, Button? I bet you're eating your words now, geek. We know that you're jealous of Lewis Hamilton. You had the best of everything when you was younger. You had the best go-karts. You had the best junior karts over Lewis. Yeah, you beat him in the certain categories because you had the best car and you had the best tyres. You thought you could go, walk into Formula 1. You thought you was going to be good. Look at Lewis Hamilton. Come from nothing. Look at him now. The best statistically in the world ever. To me, he's not the best driver. To me, the best driver in the world, in my opinion, is Ayrton Senna. But by record, he's the best. And by the way, that Ayrton Senna thing, what I just said, even Lewis would agree with that. He actually said it anyway. The only guy what inspires him, the only one what inspires him in F1 was Ayrton Senna. That was his hero. Geek. Yeah. 100 race wins. He's on the verge of getting 100 race wins. He's got 100 poles. More lockout drives than anyone. More podiums than anyone. The more front row lockouts than anyone. What's Jenson Button got? Go Jenson Button, yeah. Go and race your Le Mans racing and go and do your commentary for Sky Sports. Geek. That's all I hear of Jenson Button. That's all I hear. Negativity towards Lewis Hamilton. It's all about Max Verstappen. That's all it is. It's not the fact it's Max Verstappen. They just want someone to come along to beat Lewis's ass. That's what it is. They want someone to come along to say, come on, let's get this guy out. We've had enough of him. But listen, geeks, like I told you from the beginning of the season, he ain't retiring. He's probably going to sign a 2-year contract. He ain't retiring. You want him to retire, but it ain't going to happen. Simple. This is Solo P1 and welcome to the F1 2021 Spanish Grand Prix qualifying review. Q1, Mercedes came out. And the Red Bulls come out. Red Bulls on the stuff, Mercedes was on the medium. So it looks like Mercedes at the moment, I think they're going to start off on the medium tyres tomorrow, the way things are going. Because in Q2, Hamilton was qualifying on old medium tyres, that's what they said. But I think there were new medium tyres, so I think they're going for the medium strategy tomorrow. But Q1 come out, Mercedes started, then Red Bull. Nothing really, same old thing at the end of Q1. Bottas was first, second was Max, and Hamilton was third. But straight after third, at the end of Q1, Sainz come out and snatched a third place, and he pulled out a lovely lap. See Carlos Sainz, I'll tell you about Carlos Sainz, yeah. I always knew he was a great driver. I knew when he was in when he was in the junior Red Bull team. I think that Red Bull should have taken him up to the Red Bull. He was in Toro Rosso. I don't think him and Max Verstappen got on. The mistake Red Bull made, I think they should have had Carlos Sainz in that team. Because you're seeing the true quality now of Carlos Sainz. The true quality. I think Ferrari have got a great lineup. It's got to be the top 2 lineup of Formula 1. Alright, Ferrari haven't got the fastest car. But they've got a great lineup. If they get their car right in the new regulations in 2022, if they ever get their car spot on, it is over. It's going to be a great one for Ferrari. And for all you Ferrari fans out there, you've got a good future ahead of you. You've got a bright future because you've got 2 great drivers there. And for me, Charles Leclerc, to me, is better than Max Verstappen. Don't care what you geeks say. Don't care. He's got more precision. He makes less mistakes. And he knows what he's doing in the car. Trust me. And all he needs is the car underneath him, and you're going to see what Charles Leclerc is all about. Trust me. And then you've got Carlos Sainz, to me, better than Max Verstappen as well. What, because he's in a Ferrari? He's not in a Red Bull. You stick Carlos Sainz in a Red Bull and you'll see Wagwan. And for me, my opinion, Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc is a perfect lineup, a driving lineup for Formula 1 and going into the future for the new regulations. Because you've got two good drivers there and they'll test each other and they'll push each other as well. And I think the relationship they've got, I think, look, when you look at Carlos Sainz, right, it seems like he's a laid-back character, very hands-on to his car, very precisionist. And then you look at Charles Leclerc, he seems like he's a nice guy, a humble guy. And it looks like that partnership, yeah, I know it's in the infant stage at the moment between them two guys, between Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. But it looks like they've got a good relationship. And I think going into the new regulations, I think them two, the driver lineup, is what Ferrari needs. So, Lando was trying to go for a lap at the end of Q1. He got held up by a few geeks. I don't know who they were. They got a few geeks. And what happened is McLaren made an appeal or like a complaint to the stewards. They never said what happened at the end. But I know they made a complaint to the stewards and the stewards was reviewing it. Nothing's come up at the moment about that situation with Lando Norris. If there's anything what come up, I'll put it on my Twitter or I'll put it on my Discord. All links will be below. Now, onto Tsunoda. Hold on. Now, when Tsunoda first come to Formula 1, I think it was after the first race. And because he was making some sounds on the radio, Simon Lazenby, Paul the rest, started jerking off and said, oh, I love this guy. I want to adopt him. I want to get him on the commentators. Let's get him on the commentary box and let's have a word with him. I really like him. So, okay. They're saying, oh, this guy's a great driver. This guy's going to win everything. What a debut season. This is after the first race, by the way. First race in. He come from Formula 2. He come into Formula 1. His first race in, he's saying, oh yeah, this guy's a star. This guy's going to do everything. There was all jerking off in the commentary booth. All jerking off to Tsunoda. So what happened? They brought him in there and go, oh, I think you're great. I think you're going to do good. Putting pressure on the guy. And since then, what happened? The Sky Sports F1 commentary curse. What's happened? The same thing they used to do with Max Verstappen. The same thing they used to do with all the other drivers. Soon as the Sky Sports F1 commentators put their big, massive gums on the driver, the flop. And look at Tsunoda now. The guy can't finish a qualifying. He can't get out of Q1. And I blame that on the Sky Sports commentators. Leave the kid alone. Let him race his driving. Let him do his driving. Let him do his qualifying. Let him do his laps. And stop putting pressure on him. There was that much pressure on him after the first race. They wanted him on a special. Let's put him on a special on Sky Sports commentary. Let's put him on a special show. Yeah, let's put him on a special show. Let's put him on a pedestal. Because they've got no one else to go on there. Because nobody wants to go and speak to Simon Lazenby. Nobody wants to speak to Paul the Wrestler. None of them give a shit about any of them. So what they do, they're going to get Tsunoda to come on and expose them. For me, they were taking a piss. Damon Hill kept it real. They were talking about a car, small car, and they said, look, Tsunoda can fit in it. And the same people like Paul the Wrestler and Simon Lazenby, they're ones that used to big him up at the beginning. They'd be the same commentators to be the first one to run him down. Because it's happening already. It's already started. You can see it already. They're saying, oh yeah, I think that Tsunoda, yeah, should, he needs to start pulling his foot out. He needs to start doing that. Carew started it. He needs to start, or you know, if he doesn't do that, there's going to be questions asked about him. And they were the first person to say, oh, he's great, he's going to win everything. Typical Sky Sports F1 commentators, geeks. At the end of Q1, Lando Norris was first. Second was Bottas and third was Charles Leclerc. That was the end of Q1. So, kind of a surprising results. First, like, and it's Q1, who cares? So first was Lando, second was Bottas, and third was Charles Leclerc. Tsunoda was out, Raikkonen was out, Mick Schumacher was out. Latifi, dog shit Latifi, who should not be in Formula 1, get him out. Get him out. I don't care if his family's got money, get him out. Why is he flying under the radar? Tell me. Nicholas Latifi is dog shit. Why are the commentators not talking about Nicholas Latifi? Why?
Serious?
This guy can't even get out of Q1. He can't get out of Q1. George Russell, listen, I know George Russell's a Formula 1. Future Formula 1 champion. That's his Mercedes eventually take him. Or maybe Red Bull might snatch him, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, why ain't nobody talking about Nicholas Latifi about, oh, why is he not getting out of Q1? Why? You had 1 week ago, Mick Schumacher passed him easy. Very simple. And Mick Schumacher's got the slower car. Why is Nicholas Latifi nobody talking about him? That he's a dog shit driver. If I don't want to see this guy next season on my TV, I want him out of Formula 1. Bring in Camel Oilot and get him to replace him and let go in Williams. Get him out of Formula 1. I don't want him in there. He's dog shit. Nicholas Latifi. Listen, I'm gonna start talking about thingy as well, Raikkonen. Raikkonen's finished. I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there gonna go, oh, I love Raikkonen. Yeah. You might love Raikkonen, but he's finished. Listen, I'm just telling you how it is. The guy's finished. And so his teammate Antonio Giovinazzi, he's out qualifying him every week now. Look at the results for the last one last week. If he out qualified him then as well. It's finished. It's finished. All he's doing now, look, I respect Kimi, he's a world champion. Yeah. He don't give a shit. He's got that he don't give a shit attitude. Good. But he's finished. You need to bring a younger guy in there now. He's finished. I don't care if he makes you money with advertising, whatever. But Kimi Raikkonen, it's time to hang it up. Go back. If you want to go and do rallying, go. I heard you was a good rally driver. I know you're a good rally driver. So go and do that. If you want to go and do Le Mans, go and do that. If you want to do IndyCar, go and do that. But you're finished, mate. You're finished. I don't care if I know you're in a dog shit car, but you're finished. A couple of years ago, you was out qualifying your teammate every week. Now he's out qualifying you. You're finished. It's over. So that's the end of qualifying, and the same old guys come out. Now Q2. I don't know what. Look, they were saying on TV that Lewis Hamilton was qualifying, doing a qualifying lap on old medium tyres. Now that never made sense to me. They haven't clarified it. What he was using. They said at first, the geeks on Sky Sports F1, they said that Lewis Hamilton was using medium tyres to qualify. Was he using old medium tyres? I don't. Why would he use old medium tyres? Think about it. If you've got a new set of medium tyres in the garage, nice new brand new set, gleaming shiny set, yeah, why would you use the old tyres? Because you know they're the tyres you got to start the race tomorrow. Does it make any sense? Of course it doesn't. Because it's Sky Sports F1. Very simple. I'm sure if you watch Channel 4 F1 later on, they're going to clarify it because that's the better team. If you want to watch Formula 1, watch the Channel 4 highlights. I'd rather watch the Channel 4 highlights, yeah, than the Sky Sports F1. The reason why I watch the Sky Sports F1, because after I do my review and I talk about it, and with the Channel 4 one, it's highlights and it comes on later on in the night. So, that's why. So, Q2, Lewis qualified, yep. He got the fastest lap at the beginning. The Verstappen took him over, and then Bottas did. So, the first fastest lap when they come out Q2, Verstappen got the fastest lap. Then it was Bottas, actually. And then, at the end, the guys are the same ones at the top. Hamilton was at the top, I think. Bottas, Max Verstappen, they're the three of the top three. And that the ones that went out was... that was Max Verstappen, Bottas, and Hamilton. The ones that went out was Gasly, Vettel, Antonio, Russell, and Alonso. They're the ones that went out. Now on to Q3. Sergio Perez spun. But you're not going to hear that on the internet. You're not going to hear them dumb jokes that they do at Mazepin, which I'm not going to get into because personally I don't give a fuck. But you won't hear them jokes on the internet about Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez spun. Again, not comfortable with the car. I'm sure he's going to repeat himself in the press. I'm sure he's going to repeat himself on Twitter. I'm sure he's going to repeat himself tomorrow morning in the build-up to the race. We get it, Perez. You're not comfortable with the car. He's spun. So Hamilton was on a flying lap. He was on fastest sector 1, and he was in the fastest middle sector. And Perez spun, and it kind of messed his lap up. But Hamilton still got the fastest lap. Verstappen, it was for everybody because I think Max Verstappen was on a flyer as well. Max Verstappen came in, he got second fastest lap, and Bottas got third fastest lap. So that compromised their laps. Hamilton could have got faster. They all could have got faster, but Hamilton was up in the first and middle sector, and nobody was matching him in the first 2 sectors. So Hamilton was going the fastest. So that was the first run at the end of Q3. When he got at the second run, they all went for flyer again, but none of them could match their time. So the first run that they've done in Q1, that was their fastest lap. Hamilton got pole, 100th pole. Verstappen got second, and Bottas was just behind Max Verstappen. And Perez was in 8th place. So that's how Perez finished in 8th place. I'm sure Christian Horner is scratching his ass thinking, why is Perez in 8th place? But I still think Perez, you're going to give him time. They gave Albon a year and a half, and he couldn't get his shit together. The geek. But Perez is 3 races in, and you've got to at least give him to Silverstone before you start criticising Sergio Perez. Let's see where he finishes in the race tomorrow. That's what counts at the end of the day, the race. It doesn't matter where you're finishing the qualifying. The most important is the race, because that's what's going to get you the construction points. You don't get construction points for qualifying. You get the construction points for the race to give Perez a chance. He got 8th place, and Charles Leclerc got an amazing 4th place. Ricciardo got 7th, so it was much better for Ricciardo. Head-to-head with Ricciardo and Lando Norris. Ricciardo's got 3, Lando Norris has got 1 for qualifying. But obviously in the race, where it counts, Lando has got the head-to-head. He's above. He's beating Ricciardo in the head-to-head in the race. That's why Lando Norris is 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. So that was the end of the review. Actually, you know the thing about it, I wasn't even going to go through this review. I was just going to talk about Lewis Hamilton's 100 poles for how long I've been going for? 30 minutes. I was just going to talk about Lewis Hamilton's 100 poles, just so that all the Lewis Hamilton haters could hear it. Because you'll watch. You'll criticise Lewis Hamilton. You'll hate on my video. But you'll still watch. And thanks for the views. So this is the end of Spanish Grand Prix qualifying 2021. And now we're going to get the interviews. And that's the end of the review. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget tomorrow, the build-up interviews is going to be on my YouTube channel and on my Twitch channel. And by the way, my Twitch channel has grown. I've got over 90 followers within a week. I am so happy for the people who has come on my channel and had the time to come on my channel and sat with me, play with me F1, because I play every day. I play F1 2021 most days. And I'm so happy that the people has come on my channel and followed me, and it's been so nice to me on my channel, and my channel is growing, and I'm so happy. I'm on 283 followers now, and I'm so happy. So this is Solo P1 signing out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Interviews are coming now, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. The build up tomorrow is going to be on my YouTube channel. I'll put the thumbnail on tonight. It's going to be a build up, the build up interviews, and the race day review is going to be after the race. So look out for that as well. So this is Solo P1 signing out. See you later, guys. Bye.
Carlos, if at the start of the weekend someone had said you'd be lining up 3rd row for your first home race in red, would you have taken it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we didn't know very well how we would perform in this track, but what is clear is that the car is quite decent in the corners. We are managing to put together some strong laps. Happy with the balance in general all weekend. I've been just fighting a bit some understeer here and there and trying to get rid of it, but I managed to go through Q1 with one set, which is normally a good sign of confidence with the car. And then in Q3, I didn't do the best of laps, but still, quite happy, starting to feel a bit more at home in the car and putting together some strong laps.
In Portimao, the team had a great opportunity to swing back against McLaren, weren't quite able to take it. Tomorrow, how confident are you that you can have a good performance, bring the cars both home in decent points-paying positions?
Well, I think we are starting in the best position possible. We are still, honestly, quite a bit worried about our tire degradation. We saw again in the long runs on Friday that we are still lagging a bit in there. But at the same time, we are trying to solve them. It's going to take time. There's still things that we need to get better in this car. So, yeah, let's see what we can do tomorrow. But races are normally tougher than Saturdays for us.
Fernando, Q3 appearance on your return to your home track. Is this what you had needed, what you had hoped for today?
Yeah, I think Q3 was the target. It was very tight on the midfield, as we knew, and being Q3 was an achieve, I think, from the team perspective, both cars. And then in the Q3, yeah, a little bit messy with traffic in the last lap, in the out lap with everybody. But let's see tomorrow. I think we have to do a good start, good first lap, and try to consolidate these points into tomorrow's race.
We've seen Ferrari have a few struggles with their tyres, with their deg over the first couple of races. Can you take advantage of that, move up to a more better position in the top 10?
Let's see. I think there is always an opportunity. Races are very long and anything can happen. But I think realistically there are not many places to overtake here. It's going to be very tricky. So once you consolidate the positions after lap 2, lap 3, I think it's going to be extremely difficult to overtake. So we need to do a good start, be aggressive on the first lap, and let's see.
Like back in the day, all the way around the outside of turn 3.
Let's see.
The margins are so small now between the three of you. When you're on your lap, is there a moment on it where you feel a twitch, you feel a wobble, and you know it's gone, or do you always think you can kind of pull it back a little bit?
Yeah, I think the best thing is always not to get affected by any small wobble or lock up or things like this, and you immediately try to forget it and try to maximize the rest of the lap and not to try any more than that. Or it's so yeah, you really go step by step. And run 1, it seemed like the track conditions in Q3 in run 1 was better than run 2, and I had a snap in turn 10, which is so annoying because I know that I lost more than a tenth with that. So that's the competition. That's F1.
But it does look like it's incredibly close between you guys this weekend. Have you got the car under you to take advantage at the start in those early laps, which are so critical to playing the race out here?
It is critical, and track position is going to be the key, at the race starts. So yeah, full focus on that. I know we have a good package, but no doubt it's going to be a close fight with Red Bull as well.
Max, another front rower, great performance. Not quite enough today. Is that a disappointment, or do you think actually looking towards the race tomorrow, where it really matters, you've got the better package anyway?
Well, I think from our side, I was very happy with qualifying. I think I had really good laps. But then you also have to accept when it's not enough, and today it was just not enough. But I still managed to squeeze in between them, so I'm of course happy with that. And front row start, a lot of opportunities for tomorrow. So I hope, of course, we can have a good race tomorrow.
And it's all about that run down to turn 1. The opening laps here are so critical to race result, track positions, everything.
It's very important, I know that. So we need to make sure that we have a good start, but of course we want to keep it clean.
100 pole positions. When you look back on days like this, I mean, is it unquantifiable? Is it unexplainable?
I don't think it would be unexplainable because I know the work that it's taken to get to these. So I think I would just be proud of the work and effort that goes in from so many, and then like I'm given an opportunity and I don't let it go by. I put absolutely everything into making sure that moment comes together when it comes together.
I've seen you get out of a car after qualifying physically shaking. You've taken the car as far, sometimes a little bit over where you should have done. Are these the days when we see Lewis Hamilton at the peak, at the absolute prime of what he does best?
I think so. I think qualifying in general, that's when you see most often. That's when stars are aligned, and that's when I'm living in my element, you know. And it's a real privilege to be one of the few that's able to pull out special laps with these cars, and I've helped develop this car to what it is today, and it most often does what I want it to do. But I guess even today, even more so, I made a setup change and it was worse. And it wasn't great. That's why I was behind all the time. And so to still be able to get pole, given that was the case, you know, I just never gave up, and that just encourages me to keep going.
Astonishing.
Lewis Hamilton, he'll have lost time because of that Perez spin.
It looks like Perez turned in from the curb, look, judging by the skid marks, and Hamilton still goes fastest.
It's looking good for Lewis Hamilton and for Mercedes, but don't forget, Verstappen mighty strong in the final sector, and Lewis wasn't great coming out of the chicane there. Hamilton crosses the line, provisional pole is his, but he doesn't improve on his time. Valtteri Bottas next to cross the line. He denied Hamilton last week. Can he do it again? No, he can't. So it's Hamilton and Verstappen and Bottas. Can Verstappen get pole? No, he can't get pole, but his teammate Sergio Perez is going well behind, out of the final corner now. Realistically, one car to deny Hamilton pole today, and Perez doesn't. It's a ton of poles for Lewis Hamilton in Formula One. The Spanish Grand Prix pole, his 100th in his Formula One career.
Very nice work. So yeah, that first time stood.
Yes! Great job, guys. That was hard work. Oh, that was hard work.
Yeah, you bet you, Lewis. That wasn't easy, was it?